Cheesemaster 9000.
Alright, so I want to preface this video by saying that creating all of this was done as a challenge given to me by a friend. I told him I didn't know what the frick to do, and he said to me, "Alright, Buster, here's what's gonna go down. You're gonna write, record, and produce a video and send it to me within a week. But here's the kicker, you also have to publish the video regardless of whatever state it's in. If it's incomplete, tough luck, still gotta publish it." So I say to him, got it, no funny business, and then I get to work writing the script. But yeah, so this all spawned out of a struggle I've had for a while now, and that is decision paralysis. Now, I'm typically a very motivated person. If I want to create something, I'll dive headfirst into it. But, I mean, that's only if I have a clear idea of what I want to do. You know, it's gotten to a point, and if you stuck around on the channel for long enough, you'd be able to see it, but it's gotten to a point where I'm stuck at a metaphorical crossroads. But instead of just like 2 roads intersecting, it's like a billion. I mean, at that point, is it even really considered a crossroads? Anyway, yeah, so my problem, I think, stems from the fact that I have a lot of interests. You know, there are a lot of things that I've dedicated a lot of time and effort into improving at. When I was younger, that was art and animation. After that, it was game development. More recently, it's been music. Now, a lot of people are able to build brands and careers off of just one of these things. One of these things that they do really, really well. But I'm just alright at them. I'm like a jack of all trades, yet a master of none. You know, this kind of hurts to hear. It's a hard-to-swallow pill, if you will. But there's also a second part to this saying that's often left out, which is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So I'm in the clear, right? I got nothing to worry about. Well, you know, maybe that would be the case if having so many different interests didn't seriously freaking inhibit my ability to just pick something to do and roll with it. I mean, for reals, I basically don't have any decently sized finished projects to show for the last 6 years of my time here on YouTube. And you know, I thought I was onto something with Mojave, but with that I think I seriously overestimated my abilities. And so now it's stuck in limbo as a really cool idea with really cool lore that I've written out and never showed anybody. However, I do have some ideas as to what to turn Mojave into, but that's for another time. It's not as cool as a game, but at least it's something creative. You know, I'm about to go to college in just under 2 months, and it's about to be crazy. I probably won't have the time nor the energy to do a lot of the things I've enjoyed and took for granted doing during the whole of my adolescence. You know, as much as I would like to sit and chip away at a project for hours on end these days, with no distractions, no obligations, it's just not realistic. I'm not yet able to make a decent living off of it, so it's the wage slave route for me. But you know, I think I'll still have that same creative spark that I have now, and I'll try my freaking hardest to make sure that it doesn't die. You know, deadlines are crazy things. I've always struggled with them, specifically in school. Like, if I had a paper to write, I'd push it off into the last minute and grind for hours straight the night before it was due. And to be honest, it kind of worked, because I actually got it done. But it's kind of hard to enforce deadlines onto yourself. There's no external pressure after all. You yourself made the deadline. So, I mean, you could also just not follow it. And this has been my biggest issue forever. I always had in the back of my mind, just take it at your own pace, it'll be ready when it's ready. But then this gives rise to stuff like scope creep and allows my perfectionist tendencies to come out. Scope creep, if you don't know, is when you have a simple idea, and then you're just like, and then what if this happens? Or, wow, I should add this. This would be so cool. And then suddenly, the size of your project balloons to freaking 10 times the size it was initially. Pair that with the tendency to hyperfixate on one tiny little detail or imperfection that you then spend the whole day trying to make perfect, when in reality, nobody's going to notice it. Or if they do, they're not really going to care. But you do. You care. You see that tiny little imperfection on your magnum opus. It's the only thing keeping it from pure, spotless beauty. Wow, dude, you made this? Dude, this is awesome. Anyway, so that's my little fizzang for today. Thanks Charlie for giving me this, frankly, pretty interesting challenge. You know, maybe this is the start of something greater. You know, because, you know, I've been sitting around on this channel basically doing nothing. And so, you know, maybe this is the start of a new, like, season or whatever. Like, I have different playlists organizing each phase of this YouTube channel, from the early days where I would post meme animations to the not as early days where I would post actual garbage, and then to the not so early days where I'd post just garbage in a different flavor, you know. And now it's just like what even is it? Is it animation? Is it freaking game development? What the heck is it? So yeah, so we'll just see what the flipping flip happens, man. All right, I'll see y'all in the next whatever I do, and freaking stop the recording.